So, let's have a look down here. There's a bit of the car on the ground. Look at that. What's going on here? What is going on is this side panel is going to become a subwoofer enclosure. So normally a Hyundai Accent would look like this, if you can see it because of the sun, but I'm going to try and turn it into a subwoofer enclosure and make it look as factory as possible. See what happens. So I'm using a cardboard to make a template of the hole. Here we are. That's the part. It looks like a really good ridge to screw some wood to there. It looks flat the whole way, except for that little bump. But not too bad. I'll put a piece of MDF 18mm all the way around that and cut a hole in it. Hopefully there's enough amp to even mount the hopefully there's enough room to even mount the amp in there, because I'm just going to crank the gains flat out and use the subwoofer control on the radio to do all the controlling. That should be good. That's the cardboard template made. Now I'm going to see if I can fit a 12-inch subwoofer in it. That's the size of it. So amplifier is not going to fit in there. So I will, however, just put it under the seat. So that'll be just fine. So it's time to finish screwing this in. I've only put one screw in it just so I could do this. Then I'll put the rest of the screws in, screw the subwoofer in, and that side of it will be almost done. Making the trim fit over the top, just have to work out what needs to be cut out and then do that. And there you have it. An old kicker. It's been repaired a few times actually. Got a bit of damage on it on the front rubber surround. It's got a header hole in it, and then the lead wires have been ripped out of the back. So I've all fixed this one up, and hopefully it does the job for me. For the power cable running from the battery through the firewall, these cars typically have no holes in the firewall to run wires that are easy. It is much better to go through the guard, and there's a grommet in the kick panel inside the car, so factory wiring goes up through there and through the guard. But what I've done, I don't want to touch this car, it's full of spiders. So I'm going through the firewall. So I've drilled a hole on this angle, go straight down. That's the heater box I'm hitting. So hopefully I can get through, and I've gone through the sound deadening layer on an angle, so hopefully I can just push power cable down and it'll come out from underneath the heater box, because that's the heater box just there. So yes, should be interesting. Should get it, I reckon. I feel pretty confident. Let's try it. I think we're a winner. I'm not going to use a grommet or anything, but I will fill it with silicon. Silicon that, what is it? It's a neutral curing silicon, so it doesn't make rust or anything like that. Focus, please. Good. So that's worked a treat. Really happy with that. Also, excuse the mess once again. This car is quite a mess. Radio removal of this car, Hyundai Accent. It's not too bad. It's a bit involved. Get the glove box, flip it down, and you got to take those bits out. They're a bit tricky. Where are they? They're like that. So you actually got to get your hand behind them, push them out like that, and then push them through, and that comes on both sides, and that comes down. All to remove under this heater cable. Okay. And then when we get to the centre, oh, what's going on here? Something's going crazy. There we go. My terrible camera work. Oh, there's two screws hidden there. See those? One there, one over there. We've got to undo those. And then there's two more heater cables under here. to undo. If you got time, undo that panel, makes it easier for you, but I'm just going to reach under and undo them. I'll show you where they are. Okay, now sorry, we're under the driver's side, and sorry, but I can't help this, I have to do it. There you go, feel better now. Under there, you can see there's two heater control cables. The yellow one and and the other one. So I'm going to undo those. Very difficult to get to without removing the dash trim, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't know what the yellow wire is for hanging down, something I've done. Anyway. Okay, provided we undo those cables correctly, this should all just pull straight out. It does pull straight out, but as long as the heater cables come out. I've already pulled it a little bit to get one of the screws out, but just pulling it, grab the edges as they come out. Just help if I held the camera. Oh, stuff falling out. Don't know what's going on there. The camera's, sorry, not the camera, the clock. Clock's falling to pieces, but that's okay, because I don't really care about the clock, because the clock's had it anyway, and I won't even put this trim back in, I don't think, for now. Probably should, because I made a heater, because it's winter, but all the globes gone in the heater, so plan ahead, you might need some globes. Yeah, so you can actually see a bit of the radio down there, because all I've done is I've left the trim in there, pulled it out as much as I need to, unscrewed it. I only need to get to the back of this, but if you had to, you could unplug it. I need to plug a subwoofer in, and I need a remote, amp, trigger power. That's all I need from behind the radio. I'm going to do that, put it back together. I will just put it back together. I'm not worrying about the globes. And I don't know, that clock's broken. I'm not going to worry about that. I had it all running. Amp, wired up. Amp works. Old kicker subwoofer does not work. So we're going to have to repair this subwoofer because it's got a broken wire. So I'll fix that. And we'll use this. I'll just solder a bit of wire in there. It's a bit tricky, but we'll do it. And I'll show you what's wrong with this subwoofer. Alright, so here it is. I didn't know this subwoofer was actually stuffed. I think it's blown up. But we're going to get our trusty knife here and cut all around there and pull the whole thing out. Well, I've pulled it out. Much to my amazement, there's actually nothing wrong with this, except the voice coil looks perfect. I definitely did not need to pull this out. What I should have done is cut this top dust cap off, because it's something loose inside it. It just failed internally of that dust cap. There's something in there. So I'm going to cut that off and see what's in there. Yeah, so I cut the dust cap off. Definitely should have done it first, but it's a bit late now. It's a good subwoofer, the old kicker was. So this has come undone, unglued, basically. So you can see straight through there. That was just rattling around. Sounded absolutely terrible, but it's rubbish now anyway. So we'll make this cheap one work. Hopefully it works alright. I'm very disappointed, to say the least, because this old kicker subwoofer was doing an awesome job, except for the rattly sounds it was making. Well, in the bin it goes. Well, there you have it. It's in there. I'm not going to do the trim as yet. I will. I might make a secondary video cutting the trim out and making it fit. But for the moment, I'm not going to do it because that subwoofer is still not very good. Not sure whether it's just the surrounding panels and whatever are just rattling, but I'm just going to run it for probably a week or so and see how it goes.
Thank you.